welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 70, Play the Game. In this episode, we've been doing some more multi-single player gaming. JfG Ash has been playing some card game. JfG Alex gets pestered in this week's Fons or Phoenix. We have an extreme sports quiz. And finally, this podcast is brought to you by the classic Snowboard Kids. Enjoy.
I don't think anyone would care either.
No, unfortunately, I kind of tend to agree with you. Anyway, dog's gone inside now, buddy.
Is that a euphemism for your penis?
No, not at all.
So your penis is still out then?
Yeah. Fucking on display. Yeah.
Good news. That's one reason to watch this live on a
Fully
Wednesday
fanned.
night. You know,
Like a
on YouTube.
peacock.
Promoting our YouTube channel right now. Anyway, Game on.
Hello and welcome to the JfG Podcast. This is episode 71. My name is Alex and I'm joined, thankfully, by my good friend Ash. Hey buddy, how you doing?
Glad to be back on the show again for a second week here. Really enjoying myself so far.
Repeat guest. He's on a roll.
Yeah, buddy, I'm good to be here. Good to be back in the saddle or the seat, the street beat, everywhere. I'm all over it. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
It's all strapped in and ready to go. It's a beautiful thing, buddy.
Gibbons, buddy, and yeah, I've had a nice few days. I mean, obviously, we did the podcast on Friday night last week, which was weird.
I was drunk.
Me too. It went well.
It's good though.
I think it was fine.
Did you like your fanfare music, buddy?
I did, thank you. I mean, I expect
worries.
that every week now.
From now on.
So, like, as soon as after the intro you say it, it's just going to be the fanfare music. It's like my intro, I think.
Yeah, I'll pop it in the folder, buddy, and you can put it in every week. Every time you speak, it can do it.
Yeah, every time I speak. That's probably a good shout. Yeah,
that's sustainable editing, I'm sure. No problems.
Yeah, I love making more work for myself. It's a good idea.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to this week, buddy? The last 4 days, rather.
4 days.
What have you been up to for
I went for a meal on Sunday to the pub. It's always a winner. Got a bit merry, which I like to do whilst at the pub. I had a southern fried chicken wrap with chipotle sauce. I was like, Chipotle? What's this? I've heard about it many times on other podcasts, mainly American ones. And I had it, and it was nice. I still don't know what it is. It's a little bit spicy. It's good.
There's it's probably worth watching a certain specific South Park episode that covers that sauce in great detail.
Okay. I must have missed that one in the hundreds of episodes there are.
Relatively recent, like last couple of series.
Okay.
Watch that. I'm not going to say anything about it now, but yeah.
Thanks. I feel excited and scared at the same time.
Yep, it's
Cool.
something.
So is it bad then for me? Should I not be eating this?
I wouldn't eat it in large quantities, let's put it that way.
Okay, just a little bit on my southern fried chicken. I'm good, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Cool. Other things I have done. I've finished watching Stranger Things, buddy. I watched that last episode. Good. Bit of a letdown, I feel, at the end. I don't know what I expected. It was exactly what I expected. I think that's why it let me down, because I wanted something different.
Has it left it open for more?
Of course it has. They always do.
Enough.
But I ended up listening to the Giant Bombcast and or just the Bombcast really, and yeah, they were on about it in there as well. And some of the stuff they were saying, I completely agree with. It's cool.
Everyone's talking about that shit, buddy, at the moment.
You should probably watch it, buddy.
Yeah, I do get a kind of thing, though, when everyone I know is recommending something to me, it makes me really, really not want to watch it.
All right, don't watch it, buddy. It's shit.
No, it's too late. It's too late for that.
Mate, seriously.
I know that's dumb.
This.
Some sort of weird, no, I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, very childish. I like it.
It is. It's pathetic, really. There's no other word for it.
I recommend you watch this, like me personally.
Yeah, I'm not going to fucking everyone telling me what to do. I'm not watching that shit.
Don't then. I don't care. I enjoyed it. I had my fun.
Nice. I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah. About that.
Great.
Yep. Apart from that, obviously, because I've been watching scary TV, buddy, I had to play a scary game as well. So we've been doing some share play this week, which we'll talk about in what we've been playing, which was...
yes.
Which was interesting, buddy, wasn't it?
Indeed.
We'll get into that later. But apart from that, buddy, I've literally played games every day with you, or every evening. No one cares about me working. And that's about it, buddy. Games, and more games. I mean, games.
What a time to be alive, buddy. What a time to be alive.
Gibbons, buddy. So, what have you done in the past 4 days?
In the past 4 days, I went up to me missus, stayed over there for the weekend, and played with the cat. In Le Jardin, tied strings to the tree, and he couldn't get the strings. That was good. I mean, to kind of, as a starting point for what I've been up to the last 4 days, I mean, it's not going to get better than that.
Okay.
If I'm honest.
I thought you were starting off small and you're going to build up to something, but you and I like, bam!
God,
straight in with the strings and cats. Ooh.
Yeah. He got stuck. He got his paws stuck on, there's a sort of fabric screen that keeps the flies out from the kitchen.
Yeah.
He got stuck like halfway up that, like he was rock climbing. Just sort of left him there for a little while. It was pretty funny.
Ooh.
He's a funny cat. So there you go. On Sunday, we were going to go and see the new Bourne movie, but I wasn't feeling very well, so we ended up just staying in. So did nothing on Sunday.
Nice.
Watched the Grand Prix, though. Quite enjoyed that. It's nice when they go to a track where you can overtake.
That does help.
It does, yeah. It does improve things a great deal, I think.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And then, other than that, I've been working, I've been playing games, and I've watched a couple of films, though, actually. I watched that Bridge of Spies, that Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah. Any good?
That was cool. Very good, yes. Really liked that.
No, I'm not watching it.
Yep, don't watch it. Yep.
I'm not watching it. You recommended
and
it.
last night I watched that 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I watched that this week.
Did you?
Yeah. Strange. I thought that was okay to pour.
I was quite bored. For the middle hour, I was quite bored. But I liked the beginning and I really liked the end. So that's something.
I've forgotten the end.
Well, I wouldn't say the end on here anyway because it ruins the whole thing. But it was pretty dull in the middle there. I thought.
Oh no! Yep. Come back to me in the car. Got it.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Yep.
Flies away in the magic car.
Magic car. The old magic bus plays by The Who. And John Goodman turned out to be a pony.
So true.
Yep. That'd be worth watching.
Yeah, that middle bit of that film was bad.
It was pretty boring. I couldn't believe it was still going. Nothing was happening at all. But probably watch the first half hour and the last half hour. You wouldn't really miss anything, I don't think. If you did that.
You got a good film there.
It's a solid hour. Anyway, that's about me, buddy. I've just been playing some games other than that. So let's get out of this debacle and head over there, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's go and talk about what we've been playing. So do you want to kick things off, buddy? You've got we've both got a fair few bits, but I think you've got more stuff to get our teeth into, really.
Yeah, cool. I'll start off with the The Elder Scrolls Legends, buddy. The latest, greatest card game from Bethesda.
And how is this? How is this game?
Well, on Saturday night, I ended up doing a live stream for about an hour and a half, which was... I don't know why I did it. I was sitting on my PC. I was like, I wonder if I can live stream this like we do the podcast. And it was really easy. So I did that. I'm, I think, on chapter 13 of the storyline. Storyline's actually quite cool. You know, you start off, you're this dude, you know, like shit's going down. And then you got to break out of there. And then you meet all these different people. And it's cool because it instead of just playing random like AI characters, it kind of gives you like a little story to why you're playing that against that character.
And are there cutscenes or
Yes.
is there voice acting?
Yeah.
Like,
So,
how does it work?
Do you remember the E3 presentation where it was that cutscene? No. Cool.
But I can watch it again.
There's a cutscene, and the rest is pretty much like that in between each battle, which is cool. I like it. It adds just a little something extra, you know, whereas like Hearthstone really hasn't got like a single player campaign. I know it's got the expansions that you have to pay for and things like that, but I've never played them because I don't feel like I want to spend money on Hearthstone. I just want to play some card game. This is pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Gameplay wise, it's your standard card game. You accumulate mana. Different cards cost different amounts of mana each turn, so you go up one each turn, and you can place those cards down. Now, the difference is mainly on this one, you've got 2 lanes. So whereas with I'm gonna have to keep referencing to Hearthstone because it's very similar to that, I must say. But with the 2 lanes, it's quite interesting what I've found so far. So they've introduced things like I can't remember what they call them. Different mechanics to each lane. So say if there's like a shadow to the side of the lane, it means that when you put a card down, it can't be attacked because it's hidden in the shadows for like 1 turn, which is really cool. Because normally you put a card out there and that can immediately get attacked when it's the opponent's turn. So this hides it, so you're pretty much putting a card out for your next time to attack with. So you can put like a massive like beast down and be like, yeah, I'm going to hit you for like 6-7 in my next turn. And there's not a lot you can do about it, mate. But obviously they can see your card being put down. They can see what stats it is, so they can put like... in Hearthstone, it's called a taunt. In this, it's called a guard, which is like an enemy that you have to get through before you can take out your main opponent's character. Another interesting thing about the lanes, I played against a pirate because I was on a boat in the storyline, and obviously a boat is on the sea, and the sea is very choppy at this point, bobbing up and down. So after each turn, like 1 card randomly that was on the table would swap lanes, which I thought was really cool.
I really like this environmental type stuff.
Yes.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, totally. It kept me interested for a good hour and a half before I wanted to go to bed. And I didn't think I would play it for that long, to be honest, but I just kept going. Another thing that was pretty good is as you level up, so do your cards in a way, or certain cards. Like when you hit certain levels, you can evolve your cards. So a basic like Nord warrior or whatever, at a certain level you might get to a point and it'll be like, do you want to upgrade this guy to a Nord like legendary warrior or something like that? But what's good about it is most of the time you have like a choice. You can either make him like more attacking or more of a defensive card. So depending on how you play the game, you can tailor your cards to your playing style, which is really cool.
That's really nice, man. And also with the lore, like obviously you're far more familiar with the Elder Scrolls lore than you are the sort of WoW lore.
Yeah.
Has that kind of made it more enjoyable to you, knowing kind of more and more characters on this than the sort of randomness of... I mean, obviously, there's like a lot of different cartoony characters in WoW that you can kind of get on board with fairly quickly, but you've got a real base knowledge of the Elder Scrolls, haven't you? And that could maybe affect your enjoyment of it.
Yeah, it's nice at the start being able to pick your character and I knew all the different like factions and things like that, which was cool. And then when you're in there, you can hone in on what type of character you want to be. At first, I just thought, it's just a picture. But then I started reading it and I was like, okay, if I play as this character, I get more blah, 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 or whatever each time I play. Like, it affects my end result in a way, which was really cool. After each match, you might pick up certain things like a few coins so you can spend them buying packs. I think it's like 100 coins to buy a pack of cards, and in the hour and a half I played, I earned about like 40 coins. But I guess that's just obviously it's the beginning of the campaign. It's going to chuck some coins at you to get you thinking, I'm going to get loads of coins here. I'll keep playing, you know.
Yeah,
that
full
kind of
sense
thing.
Of security there.
Yeah, obviously, like a free-to-play game would do.
Which is fine.
It's fine. I'm not fussed about that. Like, the cards I had in front of me, I was like, yeah, I can play this game with these. I'm sure there's some like deeper meaning to it all, but it depends if like I take it that far, I guess. I don't know. You get loads of other stuff as well. Like you'll if you beat people like without taking hits, I got like the name The Untouchable kind of thing, so you can get different titles for different things. So making your character more customizable, even though they're just a picture.
Nice,
but it all adds up.
I was going to say, it sounds like it's shaping up to be really cool and something we'll certainly be doing some verses of when it comes out.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I'm quite happy to play this. I'll get on board with it. If I play any more of the beta, I think that would be good. I'd like to finish like the story, see how long it is. But yeah, I mean, I hope it comes out on consoles as well. That'd be cool. It'd be interesting to play Gwent as well next. Obviously, I'm guessing it's just going to be Gwent, but it'd be cool to see it in its full package when that comes out to compare.
Gibbons, buddy. It's some sort of card wonderland for...
yeah, it seems to be
another crack at
that way.
Hearthstone, I think.
Yeah, I've been playing some Hearthstone on the tablet as well, doing some of that. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed this more because of the storyline, whereas in Hearthstone I was just like, yeah, I'll play the AI again, like because I'm not playing against like human opponents on that, because I'll just get my ass handed to me. Because one, like all my cards are just bog standard original ones from the base packs, like when it came out kind of thing. So I'll just get destroyed.
Yeah, it's totally not worth it. It's totally not worth it. And you know, it's not the sort of game that you can very easily fluke a victory at with an inferior hand. So yeah,
true.
Probably not worth it.
But yeah, next time I'll play it, I'll stick it on YouTube and live stream it. So if anyone wants to watch it, it'll be on there. I'll tweet it out and stuff. So yeah, bish bosh.
Nice, buddy. What else you been up to?
Played one more level of Doom, buddy. You know what I'm doing it in small bits.
Yeah, man, you're going to eke that out till like Christmas.
Yeah,
it's gonna be beautiful.
I think so. But like once again, really enjoy myself. Like get that metal music going and gets the blood pumping, killing some dudes. Just picked up the rocket launcher, so that's good news.
Nice.
Enjoying myself and finding a lot of those like red key things that you know you pull out of people's chests. So I'm statting myself up. It's good fun.
Nice, buddy.
Yep, I've been playing a bit more South Park. I defeated Man Bear Pig, which was nice.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So you've got that to look forward to. And apart from that, buddy, I'm guessing we played the same games. Have you played both the PS Plus games this month?
I haven't loaded up Rebel Galaxy yet. I played that, whatever that Tetris thing was.
I don't know what it's called, Tower something.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't care.
No, I loaded that game up while I was downloading Rebel... Was it Galaxy? Is it Rebel?
Yeah.
Yeah. And as soon as Rebel Galaxy was installed, I was like, right, that's enough of this game. Never playing you again.
Yeah, it's Tenga, buddy. It's Tenga.
I don't like it. The shapes are the wrong size. That square's too big.
It's balancing. I like the idea of it, but I very much doubt that I'll play it.
Nope. I mean, maybe we should play it like multiplayer and see what that's like.
We'll give it a go, but I can't see it being much of a keeper.
Nah, me neither.
What's Rebel Galaxy like, buddy? You played that for a little while, didn't you?
I played it for at least 15 minutes.
Right, okay.
So, this is going to be such an accurate representation of this game.
Definitive opinion here from Ash.
So I did one mission. I docked my spaceship. I upgraded a turret. I got the mission. I went to hyperspace. I shot some spaceships, dropped off some whiskey. I think it was whiskey. And then flew back. And that was it. I mean, it might be really good. I mean, what it looks like here, there's a lot of like trading systems. If you like that, then this game looks like it's probably for you. You can go and get different materials, bring them back to sell them at different like docking stations or places in the universe and things like that. But I don't know if it's going to be for me, this one. I think it's a bit too big. Me.
Well, I'll have to give it a go this week. I didn't get round to it, but I liked the look of it. But yeah, I mean, as I said in the show last week, what a weird choice when No Man's Sky's coming out, don't you think?
Very strange.
Don't really get that at all.
No. Me neither, buddy.
So yeah, that's you, isn't it? Other than the one we've played together.
Yeah, that's me done for games, buddy, apart from obviously the scary game that we've played.
Gibbons, we'll save that till the end. I haven't been playing hardly anything other than that, to be honest. Other than the usual suspects, which, I'm not going to talk about Pairs and F1. But I have been playing them, buddies, as you well know.
As is tradition.
So yeah, what I have been playing the last couple of days, if you hark back an entire week, buddies, to last week's Fonz or Phoenix, you'll remember me touting the charity bundle Help the Game, which was a Steam bundle where the proceeds go to the charity War Child to help kids in war-torn countries and so on. It was $9.99 for 13 games that were all created at a game jam not too long ago by some big companies like Sumo Digital and Team 17. And when I went onto Steam and had a look at this, it turns out that only, I think, 5 or 6 of the 13 games are Mac compatible. But these apps are fairly small and therefore will run in Wine, which is an emulator, a Windows emulator for Mac. So far I have played the ones that are Mac compatible, and I'm still working on getting them working, the Windows ones working on my Mac. But yeah, so I've dipped into 5 of these games. I will tell you very quickly about each one. Firstly, Savannah, which is a kind of interactive cartoon documentary diary thing. It's not so much a game as a sort of a kid telling her story about living in Mozambique and how it's kind of a strange place to be and stuff. So not really a game. Quite interesting though. Quite short. Pretty cool. And then Anthelion. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it exactly, but that's what I'm going to go with.
I'd say that's yeah.
Yeah, Anthelion or Anthelion. I think that one of those two is probably correct.
And the Lion.
This is it's kind of like a sort of snake game. Basically, you've got you're some sort of creature with a tail, and you're revolving very, very quickly around like a sun in the middle. And the more you mash the button, the further like out away from the inside that you fly. So you're constantly circling it, and it's just a case of, it's like that old helicopter game, where you go through the green like platforming, and you have to hit the button to kind of move up and down.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but in a circle on like a radar dish, and then green things pop up that you have to collect, and red things pop up that you have to avoid. And that's basically the whole game, but it's really well presented, runs really smoothly, and is actually very addictive. It's got a full leaderboard system there as well. And as a little arcade game, it was pretty addictive. I played it for a good like half an hour, and normally a game as simple as that, or like a glorified mobile affair, I would have turned off within a minute or two. So it was quite cool.
Nice, buddy.
Next, I played Emily Displaced, which is it's like a visual novel, but it's got choices. So it's like a story game where it just runs through it like a book with cartoon sort of visualizations, but all the dialogue has options, and you can select different choices, and that affects the whole game. And the game is laid out in chapters, but they flow outwards from one at the very top and then down various different, like a sort of pyramid down. So it looks like there's at least sort of 20 different endings and loads of different things that'll happen along the way. Basically, it's like a Telltale game without all the bullshit, buddy. That's kind of what I'm talking about here.
Okay, that sounds better.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just you're a little 12-year-old, and there's something like going down, like, I don't know, some sort of apocalyptic event or something like that. I'm fairly early doors, but yeah. So it's all of this stuff's kind of got a bit of a theme to go with the sort of charity they were supporting. But yeah, that one's probably the most promising one that I've played out of the sort of 5 that I've tucked into. This one's good as well, though, actually. This is called Blockade, and it's like so you got a grid of cubes, like an isometric grid of like 50 cubes in each direction to form like an arena, and you've got little weird characters that start at one end, and they've got like a path line, so like Orcs Must Die type thing, where they have to get across the map. And they've got a certain number of turns, and you've got basically Tetris shapes, which you have to lay down to form a path. So you lay the Tetris shapes down to get them across the map in the shortest number of turns. So they're like lemmings
in a way. They're just going.
Yeah, they move.
But like you say, they've only got they can only turn left and right so many times. You have to plan your route correctly.
Pretty much, yeah, and more of them cross, so you've got to kind of avoid them hitting each other as well.
Okay.
It's just really interesting, and different blocks do different things. I haven't seen that happen, but it's a really well made little game, and again very addictive, which is a pleasant surprise. I mean, obviously you buy this, you basically chuck in a tenner at charity, and this is just the sprinkles on top kind of thing, but. It's actually really nice to find that a couple of them are sort of memorable and you
enjoyable,
could actually go back to. Yeah,
nice, buddy.
So the last one is Octomari Rescue, which is basically like a sort of glorified Bejeweled. You just get a big grid in front of you, and you have to click on anything that's got 3 or more colours attached to it. So that's fairly par for the course kind of mobile fare. Yeah. Well made though, and I'll probably never play that again. But
maybe.
Hopefully I'll get some of those PC ones running on Wine, and I can talk about those next week. But
nice,
it's been really nice to tuck into those, and you get that added little warm feeling of giving a bit of money to charity as well. So that's nice.
Like it.
So yeah, other than that, buddy, the main event, I think it is time to talk about Soma, that we've been playing together.
Yeah. Where do you want to start with this game?
Well, firstly, we think this game's about 10 hours long, and we've played it for 7 hours. We're doing it via share play, where we take an hour each and then reconnect, and the other person has a go.
Yeah.
And that's worked really nicely, actually, and also prevented us both from shitting ourselves, because it's quite scary in places.
Yeah, there's been moments where I've been like, I need to get the hell out of Dodge right now, kind of thing. Like, I don't think, like, the, like, monsters are scary. It's the the fear, I guess, like when you have to turn and run and stuff, and then everything's getting more intense. The breathing, the visuals are like like getting blurrier and things like that, and you're like, shit, I'm being chased down by a monster. But like actually just standing there and watch them like stroll by, you're like, these guys are rubbish.
Yeah, they're not particularly frightening. It's just the futility of trying to get away from them, because this is a game where there are no combat elements, basically. So you're constantly having to hide. This is a real mixed bag. Like, this is the definition of a mixed bag, this game, because there's so much that I like about it, and I found it, namely the story and the setting, I find those things really compelling.
Definitely.
But then the acting kind of lets it down, and a lot of the mechanics kind of do as well for me. It's such a mixture. It's compelling enough that I know that we're going to finish it. Like, I'm looking forward to finding out what happens and that. But yeah, there's several things I don't like about it. As I said, the voice work, it isn't terrible. Like, it isn't standout bad, but it's basically the sort of voice acting you'd expect from a video game, which isn't really good enough. It's not
good enough these days, is it?
No.
I don't feel like the way it's trying to scare us works for the game, because there's so many points of this game, like we're walking around, like investigating all different areas and like progressing with the story and the dialogue, even though like we just said, the voice acting isn't great, it's still keeping me interested, and I'm like, oh, okay, where's the story going now? But I just feel like it's not scary enough. This game has been sold to me, or you know, through whatever means, I thought I was going to be getting scared like all the time, like, but it's just not happening. Like, I mean, the constant thought of, oh, something's going to happen is there, but it's just not, and that's annoying me.
They're trying not to be cheap with the jump scares and stuff. But there have been several occasions where we've gone through a door or climbed into something and been like, there should have been a jump there, or something.
Something like, happened there. Yeah,
I think it's trying to play the whole sort of ominous thing and keeping you like constantly that constant trepidation. That kind of makes sense. I can understand that, but and not be too cheap or whatever.
Yeah.
But, it kind of, what it actually ends up being is, you're very rarely in peril, but when you are, if anything, it's just annoying, because the mechanics of hiding and staying away from stuff, I just find a chore, and I just want to know what happens in the story. And
yes,
I find us wading through these sequences. Like, for example, last night we were playing a section where it took a good like hour to kite round this enemy, get a key, and then move somewhere else, and so on. And I was just like, honestly, if we could have just pushed an elevator button and moved on, then I would much prefer that.
Yeah, it deterred us from the game quite a lot. I mean,
it was.
We were
at
a
crumbling away everything I liked about the game, having to do this.
Yeah, totally. Because this was like at the end of your hour point, and we booted up into my hour afterwards, and I was like, oh, I don't know about this, and you're like, yeah, we need to carry on. We need to forget about that and push on. And I was like, I know, but it just wasn't good enough.
We could have stopped playing there forever. Like, it almost,
it nearly
almost
just put us off, which is such a shame.
It is,
because like I do believe around like the 4 or 5 hour mark is when this game really started to pick up for me. Like, story wise, I was like, oh, okay, I'm understanding a lot more of what's going on, because at first it's very much you have no idea what the fuck's going on. But as that story develops, it definitely got me more interested.
Yeah,
into
very
it.
much so.
These annoying AI sequences were just, pulling me away from that experience, which isn't good, buddy.
No. That's it. The bottom line, the concept and all of the ideas that have gone into this are really, really good, and that's what's kept us going. I think, to be honest, if it wasn't the 7th hour and we knew there were only 2 or 3 chapters left, then it's possible we would have jumped ship on this at this point. But there's a lot to like here, and I think that the things that we don't like the hiding and the kiting of enemies and stuff,
I think there should be like a check system like in most computer games. Like,
when you need to retrieve things.
Yes, like a quest log or something.
Yeah,
I know it's
that.
doing the whole thing like you're immersed in this environment. It's not a game kind of thing. But I still feel like even if you had like a little notepad you could pull out your pocket or something like simple like that, just be like, all right, I'm searching for like a disc or something or something like that. I feel like it's missing that, I must say.
It's quite a cool engine, and it's not the most beautiful game ever, but I like that they've kept that stuff that they had in Amnesia, where you clip onto something and then like to open a drawer you have to physically like pull the stick towards you. And I find that's very, very effective when you're opening doors, because you have to kind of swing them open yourself and there could be things lurking behind. But overall, very enjoyable and kind of thought-provoking as well. We won't go into any of the story because like any mention of the story here wrecks the whole game. But we'll probably talk about this again next week when we'll no doubt have got to the end of it. So I suppose we'll go back to it then.
Gibbons, buddy. Can't wait.
Oh, so there we go. That's what we've been playing. And now it's time for the news.
I mean, if you could see your face right now. I mean, if you look at the stream right now, you'll probably see your face. Impressive.
Number one.
Number Wang.
Number Wang. Life is Strange to become a TV series.
Hope it's better than the game.
Welp, there is that. This is the news that they are talking about making a show, and this is a quote from Greg Siegel, who is the Senior Vice President of Development and Production for Legendary Digital Studios. Life is Strange is one of those rare properties that combines incredibly developed characters and storylines with deeply engaging gameplay. It lends itself perfectly to live-action imaginings. We couldn't be more excited to partner with Square Enix, DONTDOD Entertainment, and DJ2 to bring the world of Arcadia Bay to life in an exciting new way.
Cool story, Hansel.
Gibbons. So DJ2 are the guys kind of in charge of putting this together. They're looking for writers at the moment, and they have no pedigree of any kind. So make of that what you will. This could be their breakout hit or whatever. These are the guys who were in charge of putting the Sonic the Hedgehog movie together, which is coming out shortly in a couple of months' time. So
good luck to those guys. I mean, so looking at the TV show of this, how's it going to work? Does it come down to like she makes a decision and then she's like, this is going to happen. Then she's like, oh no, I don't want that to happen. Rewind time and do it again? Is that...
I think the concept of Life is Strange actually is a better TV show than a game. Like genuinely, as I was playing it, I was thinking this would be this would be a hit show, definitely. Like it's got the teen thing, but it's got the weird sci-fi angle to it. Like I could see it being huge, but I suspect with the team that they've assembled here, it looks like this probably isn't going to have the budget to be anything other than the sort of sci-fi channel fodder that you kind of come to expect from sort of
Sounds
low.
Ace.
I don't know for sure. We'll keep an eye on it because it's always interesting. But
I can't see it personally. I don't know how it's going to work as a TV show.
I keep thinking of Alex Mack. That's like
it's a good one. The
it
one
could be. It could
melted into a pool of whatever was that. Alex Mack. Yeah.
Jism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jism. Yeah. Just.
Those were some special effects there, buddy.
Gibbons, buddy.
Anyway, that's happening, and we'll keep an eye on that anyway.
Cool.
Number 2 in the news: Destiny: The Collection has been rumored.
I want it.
Appears on Amazon and then is taken down. $49.99. Yep, there you go.
So that's going to be the next one for next year, isn't it? With every single expansion, clearly.
Well, it looks like
this year. Sorry.
Yeah, that's going to be the game they launch in golden release time to try and eke out those last few sales, I suppose, from anyone who hasn't got Destiny already. So,
if I can find it for £6 again, buddy, I'm buying it.
Well, yeah, there is that. There is that. But yeah, 50 quid, buddy.
Did you hear about how Destiny are bringing back the Sparrow racing?
Oh, what a treat for us all.
It's fucking brilliant. And whatever other shit they did. The fucking, I don't know, Valentine's Day shit and all that bollocks.
It seems hard to imagine that people are still playing that. I bet there's still millions of people playing Destiny.
I don't know why. See, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there now. No.
It's just done. You play that game for like a month solid, and you're like, this game is amazing. And then you get to the end, and you're like, I can't be asked to do this shit that it wants me to do. But at the time, it's loads of fun, buddy.
Gibbons. Either way, this is quite a track record Amazon are starting to develop. This was, I think, the second or third leak in about a month, so fair play there. But either way, it looks like that's happening. We will move on. An early copy of No Man's Sky went for £2,000 on eBay. The fella who bought it has answered several dozen questions about it on Reddit. There's a massive Reddit spoiler-ridden discussion going on with this guy about No Man's Sky and telling everyone, answering all their questions and so on. Sean Murray's weighed in telling people not to go on it because Hello Games, you may have noticed, buddy, have been trying to make this like a bit of a bag of tricks, this game, a box of secrets where you don't know what's going on. I was getting slightly annoyed last week when I couldn't say what the hell this game is because I still don't really know, and that's kind of how they wanted it. Yep. So it's a little bit of a shame that this has happened. I clicked into the thing to just have a little look at some of the headlines, just so I could kind of pick and choose about a few different bits and bobs.
What did you find?
I don't really want to know too much about it, if I'm honest. What about you?
I don't care.
They clearly don't want people to know about it before it launches, do they? So
yeah, it's like you say, they're being too shady about it in a way. I don't think there's enough there. Like, it sounds like it's just going to be like a single player game where you just go and explore worlds and you don't really do anything there. You just go and look around. I'm like, I don't want to do that. That sounds dumb.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of do want to. I kind of want it, to be honest. I want to play it, but
I want to play it, but I
don't want to pay 55 quid for it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a fun enough game. Like, if I can't find my buddies and go exploring together, I mean that's a big turn off for me in the first place. And I don't know. There's not enough about it. Like, is there like certain crafting systems? Like, but do I want that in a game like that? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know enough about it.
I don't know what their original strategy was with this, but I think what's happened is in keeping quiet about it, a load of people jumped to conclusions and they've run with those. And Hello Games didn't confirm or deny those conclusions that people had jumped to. Yeah. And now people seem disappointed that those conclusions might not be true. This
kind of sounds like We Happy Few, buddy. As well. It
just seems like in not telling anyone, in not laying things down for everyone to see, it's boosted everyone's expectations, and I feel that in the long run that is going to be to the detriment of the game. I think they're going to suffer heavily for the fact that people have it without having the information required to make the purchase or to work out what the game's all about. People have run with it in their imaginations, and when that's not in the game, they're going to be annoyed. And I think that's what's going to happen here. I can see this. I can see this thing getting absolutely pelted. I can already see it.
Yeah, go on.
It's hard to remember what the thing was in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, if you went into this without the expectations of, oh wow, the big launch, you know, the front and center stage at all the Sony conferences for the last 3 years and everything, that has built hype for something which, if it was taken at the face value of an indie game made by a small studio, people would love this and the industry would give it 9s and 10s and lap it up. But because it's been raised into that AAA echelon, I think it's going to get fucked. I really do. And I think that's a shame. But again, I can't help but blame Hello Games for the way they've marketed it.
Yeah,
and this is all preemptive. It hasn't come out yet. Maybe none of this will happen.
Who knows? It might be the best thing ever.
That's just how I feel things are going to play out over the coming weeks.
But it's like, I was like comparing it to We Happy Few. It's like so many people were like hyped over that trailer, but I watched like a half an hour playthrough of it the other day, and it's like a 3D version of Don't Starve. In the end, I was like, okay, this isn't what I expected it to be at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's rumors that that a story mode is going to appear in that by the time it goes live. But I mean, they're cutting it fine if that's the case.
Exactly, isn't it already out on like Xbox One for like early access and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's gone early access.
So I don't know, but I was just comparing it to that because, you know, like obviously like the excitement for that, and then it coming out and being not what anyone expected at all.
Yeah,
but hey, that's video games.
Again, if you're gonna charge £55 for it, then you have to live with the fact that people will consider it a AAA title.
Yeah,
and as soon as you charge 55 quid for it, I don't care how many people there were in your studio, you know, you've made that decision and you have to live and die by the AAA rules.
Yeah, exactly. Of course you do.
You can't be rated like Journey if you're charging people fucking $60 for it. Yeah. You can't. So anyway, it's going to be very interesting. I can't wait to read the reviews of this thing. I'll read all of them. It's been such a saga. It's really exciting. I'm just going to
look at the numbers, buddy. Don't like words.
That thing reviews well, buddy. Then I'll snap that up pronto. I don't mind.
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that cash ready. Maybe I'll cancel old South Park.
Yeah, we can still do that.
Yeah, we can still do that, I believe.
Let's move on for now. Let's move on to this. This is Sony. They have set out the recommended play area for the use of the upcoming VR headset. Obviously, this is not like a Vive where you can walk around your environment, but at the same time, there's a sort of optimum distance from the television, optimum amount of space around you that allows the camera to pick things up properly and that sort of thing. So, 3 meters by 1.9 meters play area. They recommend that you remain seated as much as possible, unless the game sort of tells you otherwise. I think a lot of that will come down to how difficult it actually is. It's you can't underestimate how difficult it is to put all that shit on when you're like alone, like on your own. You got to put the headset on and then pick up the Move controllers and then make sure you're facing the right direction and stuff. So that all comes into play. But
it's like they should have put a camera in the front of it, buddy.
What a good idea. If only someone would have done that, buddy. So next, Pokemon's Go update removes support for third-party sites and apps. Fuck you. That's what I wrote there, buddy. I'm not going to dwell on that, but yeah.
I read the headline and I was like, I don't know what this means because I don't care.
The main thing that it's done is there were a load of third-party apps and websites that were telling you where Pokemon were and at what times and stuff. And they've now removed support for that, so all of those are useless, which is funny, I think.
Yeah, it's all about going out on an adventure, you fuckbags.
Yeah.
Don't cheat.
Go for a scuttle, you bastards.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Next, this was a story that I wrote yesterday and then it was confirmed today. The trophy list for Inside appeared on a random website called Exophase, which, I'm sorry, that's a really bad name for a website. You've kind of dropped the ball there. Either way, it was confirmed today because the leak was there and the leak was real, that, yes, Inside is coming out on PS4, buddy, and it will be out on the 23rd of August, which isn't very long at all, is it? So,
Gibbons, buddy, you know, just reminding you, I mentioned that in my news favourite things a while ago.
You did, you predicted that.
Just saying.
You did.
Just saying.
And there we are. And there we are.
We'll get that.
Next, Amazon has upped the price of the Xbox One S. They've sold through the entire launch stock and have upped the price. It's now £380. That's the 2 terabyte version, of course. Still no word on when the 500 gig or the 1 terabyte will launch in the EU. Although, as I said last week, that's dated for other areas. Also, quite interestingly, Digital Foundry have found that the new system has native 4K support, which all developers can use if they want to. If I don't know what fucking assets they'd have in their game that would allow them to run at 4K, presumably
no idea.
Like some sort of hollow deck, perhaps with nothing in it. But
Possibly.
More interestingly, the console has a faster GPU, which improves performance on some games, and some games are running between sort of 5 and 10 frames better on the slim version of the console. Which
was it Project Cars was like 9 frames? I remember that.
Which is earlier. That's substantial, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but the difference between 0 and 9 frames a second, you know. That's a lot if you're not.
I mean, the difference between 51 and 60, you can see it. Or I can see it anyway, because that's when things slow down, then you can kind of see that. So
yeah, the biggest difference would be like in that 30 range. Obviously, if it's dropping below 30, then you're having some issues there, buddy. And if it's not going to do that, then yeah, obviously it's a better console.
Absolutely, and yeah, it's worth mentioning the interview with the Giant Bomb when Phil motherfucking Spencer was talking about that stuff, buddy, and he was obviously rather than being coy, he was being sensible, because he didn't want to say like, oh yeah, massive performance upgrades and stuff. It's just inevitable. I think you've mentioned before, when you upgrade parts and refine them, then you can get a little bit of a performance boost. It's not by design necessarily, but that's a thing.
It's just by natural progression, and like you'll be using different components, so yeah. They will get smaller and faster, obviously.
Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Gibbons.
Finally, from me in the news, the Division movie is a thing. It's going to happen. It's going to star Jessica Chastain and Jake Gyllenhaal. Okay, cool. Just thought it was worth mentioning because I kind of missed talking about the Division, buddy. I kind of wish it still hadn't come out yet, so we could still be hyping it and shit.
True,
but yeah, a movie. That could be a cool movie. It's a cool concept, The Division. It worked very well as a sort of hour-and-a-half action film, I suppose. So
Gibbons, I believe so.
I watched that shit. Anyway.
Probably.
Anyway, that's it from me. So I think it's time to move into Ash's news favourite things of the week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's news favourite thing of the week.
Yes, buddy, we are here today because we missed last week's one. I'm a bit upset about that. Didn't get it in. I did have quite a few saved up. I think there was about 7 or 8, but unfortunately that's on my phone, which is being used as my camera right now. So I'm on the tablet. I've only got 4 things for you here, but they're quite good. I'm going to start with the smallest one first. And that's PES 2017, sorry, I should say, gets exclusive rights to the Barcelona Nou Camp, buddy.
Yo, onwards and upwards from the Konami boys.
fucking growing stronger and stronger every year, but I am still waiting for those customizable nets, buddy.
Do you think now that we've got the new camp exclusively, we'll be able to change stadium perhaps to the new camp when we play on the online team play, buddy?
I doubt it very much. I think we'll be locked in.
We'll still be in the Maracanã for every game. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Number 2, the Dota 2, or Dota 2, the international prize pool breaks its record, or breaks any kind of like ridiculous esports record in history, with a prize pool of $18.4 million. It's a big business.
Huge it is. Absolutely huge.
Gibbons, buddy. I'd give you some stats from last year, but I don't have them.
And I don't want them.
Good. Number 3, the PS Vita has been fully hacked, buddy.
Hacked as in you can put whatever you like on there now.
Yeah, apparently full system access has been enabled for homebrew. In the past, there were some ways of getting like PSP emulation on there, but now you can. It's got full on PS Vita emulation and shit like that. There's a few of them. I know that the NES and the Game Boy Advance one are fully working on there. I haven't tried this. I'm very tempted, but I know it's kind of illegal, I guess. Probably extremely illegal. I don't know.
Well, the long and the short of it is it's all ROMs again. So yeah, it's absolutely like bang out of order on paper.
Cool. I'm on board.
Gibbon, get stuck in, buddy. Let us know how that goes.
Maybe, maybe not. We shall see. But yeah, just to let you know, you have to be on the firmware 3.60. If you want to find out more about it, I would Google the term Henkaku, and that's Henkaku. And apparently it's a piece of piss. You just go to this website and it's like dump some code on your Vita and bish bosh, off you go. Job done. This also works on the Vita TV, PlayStation TV boxes as well.
Oh shit, that's a bit of a game changer then.
Yeah, I know, right? Pretty cool, huh?
So if you were a nefarious character, and of course none of us are the sort of person who
we wouldn't do this.
Downloading an emulator and then running loads of ROMs, but
God no, I don't do that.
That whoever that guy is who's doing that, he can now get a PS TV for 40 quid and basically turn his television into a never-ending supply of NES and SNES games if he wanted to.
Pretty much, and that sounds cool.
That does sound cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know, right?
Bully for that guy, buddy, until he gets caught.
Yeah, well, just don't connect to the internet, you'll be fine.
Sound advice for that man.
Gibbons. And finally, buddy, I'm just going to throw this out here. There's a game that I've seen that I'm like, hey, you should check this out. It looks cool. And that game is called No Trace. And apparently it's a cross between Hitman and Hotline Miami. So it's like a isometric view, top-down-y kind of thing. Kind of looks like Hitman Go, that kind of style. But it's got the fluidity of Hotline Miami. So you're running around shooting dudes. Looks really cool. I've only watched the 2-minute trailer, but I really like it. It's made I don't know where. There's all kinds of universities on the front here. It says University of Portsmouth, but then later on in the trailer it says something about Dundee. So fuck knows where this is from. It has Channel 4 logo in there as well, so they might get involved somewhere. But it just looks really cool. I highly recommend checking it out. I think it's going to be like a cheap, like £8-10 game when it comes out. Maybe 15 at a push. But it just looks like a really fun game. And yeah, little heads up for you. It's coming out.
Watching some GIFs of it now, and yeah, it looks really cool. And I see what you mean about the Hitman Go art style thing. Like it's got a bit of that about it, hasn't it?
Yeah, totally. It's yeah, it just looks really cool, and it's coming out Q4, so any time before Christmas time.
And is that on PS4?
I have no idea, buddy. Yes, why not? Fuck it.
I think it is actually coming out on both consoles. Vaguely remember talking to you about it before.
Probably. I did talk to you about this.
Either way, you can look that up yourselves. This is News Favourite Things of the Week, not fucking the news.
I'm not doing your job.
Exactly.
And that's it for me, buddy. There was more, but I'll save. If there's anything really interesting, I'll save it for next week. Oh shit! It was the Burnout Creators thing, wasn't it? They're making their new racing game. There you go. Boom.
Nice.
That's it.
Solid. Cool.
Job done.
That is the news then. That is the news. And now it's time for Fonz or Phoenix.
What have we got this week, buddy? Up, down, in, out, left, right, up, out, in, ying, wang?
We got a Phoenix, buddy, this week. This week. We got a Phoenix. I'm branding Ubisoft with a Phoenix.
Oh, shocker.
Fucking-
I mean, are they still Ubisoft? Do we know that for sure?
I don't know
They've
that
been
for
taken
sure, but yes, whoever it is, they. I don't know if this is a new thing. I don't know if this is just for one game. I'd love to hear from anyone else who's had experience with this. But basically, you may remember last week that I have been tucking into Far Cry 4. I've played a couple of hours of Far Cry 4.
About me, you bastard.
Absolutely.
Fuck you.
Up your bum. And
Up your bum.
yeah, I played it. I played it a couple of weeks ago for a couple of hours, and I haven't touched it now for, 10 days, something like that. Imagine my surprise this week when I got an email from Ubisoft
Ooh,
basically
emails?
saying, don't give up on our game, which I thought was so strange. The title of the email was Mr. Alex Head, don't give up on Kiryat. And then the email goes on to say, having troubles in Kiryat? So they've tracked what I was doing, which I would expect that, I suppose. But then they've acted on it by contacting me about that. So they sent me this email out. It says, finish your travels through the expansive world of Far Cry 4 and take down Pagan Min once and for all. Need help? Discuss tactics and meet other players on the forums. And then there's a link to visit the forum. What about our community section? Visit the community page for news on upcoming events and content for your game. Take part in the next community challenge. Then I can visit that as well. And then finally, it tries to peddle me the fucking strategy guide in paperback form, buddy. The Prima strategy guide. Discover all the answers and insights that will help you make the most of your gaming experience and reap countless invaluable rewards.
Great.
What do you make of that?
It's like a fucking notification on your phone from some annoying game.
Like a mobile clicky game or something.
Yeah, that's
Clash of
not what you
Clans.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, time to do some raiding, you bastard.
Is this a new thing? Have you ever had anything like this before?
I've had emails about games, but
not like, hey,
not
you haven't
like,
played...
hey, come back, you can do it. Yeah, no, that's weird.
Yeah. Well, I've got nothing else to say about it. I was just like, fuck off, basically.
Yeah, no, it's not good. I mean, obviously, yeah, you expect them to track you and have all kinds of details about you. And
oh, naturally, you're playing on a closed platform. They have control over statistics, and you're online at all times. It actually had at the top how many enemies I'd killed and how long I'd played and stuff, but it just felt kind of insidious when they just like ping an email out to me and be like, "Oi, load up the game." Like,
yeah,
that's
come
how
and play
it
our game,
felt.
you
Just
bastard.
like,
Come on, sort it out.
Come on.
You haven't played it for a week.
play the game. Play the game.
Play the game, play the
off.
game, play the game.
Play the game, play the game, play the game, play the game.
If I'd paid for this game, buddy, then I might trade it in or not play it ever again at this point. But Funk lent it to me, so I probably will go back. But not because of you, Ubisoft. Not because of you.
Well, I need to play it co-op, don't we, buddy? I've got it installed.
Nice. Oh, maybe we can do that in a bit.
Maybe.
Many options there. Anyway, that's it. Phoenix to Ubisoft for that weird, insidious email. And if you know that they do that on other games, if you've ever received an email like that, or if you know of other devs that do that, so I'm not just nonchalantly picking on someone, then get in touch. We'd love to hear from you about that. But yeah,
Gibbons.
Phoenix, fuck off. I'll play it if I want.
It's my buddy.
Like, you make that game better and we wouldn't have this problem, Ubisoft.
True.
Fucking Vivendi will kick you into shape, I'm sure. And now it's time for Out This Week.
No.
No?
No. Not this week, buddy.
It's not pretty, is it?
Not good. It's bad.
No. Been considering just making these up, these descriptions. I research all of the games every week, and I was kind of thinking maybe I could just say what I see from now on rather than do that. But I'm not going to do that this time because I've done the research already. It'd be a waste, buddy. But, you know, keep an eye out. Firstly, this week, 88 Heroes is coming out on Xbox One, PS4, PC, Mac, and Linux. It is a 2D side-scroller with 88 playable characters and 88 levels. And some funny voice acting. But yes, cool. It's essentially a platformer. Bear With Me, BEAR. On PC, this is a black and white, creepy point-and-click adventure. Kind of reminded me a little bit of like Home in terms of like the feel of it and that, but it's not got that pixely art style. It's fully rendered. So yeah, looks interesting.
Cool.
Blade Ballet is coming out on PS4. This is a sort of top-down robot arena game. Kind of closest I could think of was Bomberman. So you're kind of in this sort of grid. As a 4, it's a sort of, kind of like it looked like a couch co-op game. I don't know if it's got online, but looked quite fun. We've got Brutal on PS4 as well. This is a dungeon crawler, an arcadey roguelike dungeon crawler. Seem to have about 30 of those on the PS4 already, but
we've got enough. Thanks.
Fair old share, but yeah, looks cool. This looks cool. We've got Uno on the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. It's Uno.
Cool.
It's Uno.
Love Uno.
And the big one, buddies, No Man's Sky is out on PS4 and PC this week. And who knows what that's going to be like, but I look forward to lapping up all that coverage. And if it's a shit show, I'm sure I'll enjoy that. If it's a great game, I'm sure I'll buy it and enjoy that too.
Now that it's here, I think this is a really good shout for the old Dead Island Syndrome.
Nah, I'm not having it. Not having it.
I think everyone's going to go bananas over it, and it's going to be total wank.
That's not... You can't have it, man. Like, honestly, this thing's been, like, full hype mode for 3 years.
Yeah,
like,
true. We're looking for something that's not majorly hype.
It's got to be under the radar to be Dead Island Syndrome, you know.
Yeah, true. Like, Until Dawn was, and...
Exactly. Yeah, that's a perfect example, Until Dawn. But
totally.
No Man's Sky, I mean, that thing... In pre-orders, it's already going to sell well. Like,
totally.
Even if it's shit. So,
yeah. It's not good.
Verdun, mate. Wait for Verdun.
Yeah, mate.
Anyway,
I can't even remember what I picked now.
I think you went for No Man's. You were like, maybe I can sneak this. But
did I? I feel like that's a cheap shot. Sounds like me.
Could happen. I don't know. I have to go back and listen a few weeks ago.
Yeah, bollocks. Did we write it down anywhere? I don't think we did we?
I think it was in my description of the episode, so we should be able to find it quite easily.
Okay, we'll sort it out.
But yeah.
Research. That's what we do.
Given. Either way, short and sweet. There's not much coming out this week, but that is out this week.
That's out this week. Yes.
And now it's time for the JfG Top 5. for Gamers Top 5.
Well, buddy, you had your fun last week. Gonna have my fun this week.
Seems fair, buddy. Seems fair
Putting
if
your
you...
top 5 out already. You're crazy. So yeah, this week it's going to be Ash's top 5 games of the year so far. It could be in order. I mean, from one end to the other. I didn't think about it much, but here you go. At number 5, The Witness, buddy. I really enjoyed that game, even though it was a total mindfuck. It was cool.
Yeah. I don't know if enjoyed's the word. I certainly enjoyed it at the beginning. I'm not sure I was still enjoying it at the end, but I totally can see where you're coming from there, and you were better at it than I was as well. It's worth noting. So
I love puzzles, buddy.
Certainly do. Puzzles and trains, those are your bags. So
Train puzzles, oh my god.
Oh
100 pieces. Do it in like 10 minutes, mate. Trains.
Oosh.
Yeah, The Witness. Yeah, I just really enjoyed that game. I hadn't played anything like that for, I don't know. It was just a beautiful environment with all these different things, and it was just really satisfying finding the answers, I reckon.
I certainly fondly remember the very first time I loaded that game and was in that garden. I remember being really blown away by that at that point.
Totally.
But yeah, there was just a bit too much and too much of a difficulty spike. And it was that marsh area for me, buddy, that kind of sucked it out of any sort of Game of the Year list that I might have put it on. I'm a retard, so I hate it. That's basically what's going on here.
Fair played, buddy. I mean, I reckon a lot of people have this view of this game as well. Or, or worse, I would say. But yeah, no. Anyway, The Witness, number 5. Number 4, Overwatch, buddy. The most underplayed game in my top 5 list, but for some reason it's still there.
Well, I can't help but feel that we're kind of in agreement there. I know you listened last week to what I did on my top 5, and yeah, I'm kind of with you, but I think a lot of it is just, as I said last week, down to circumstances. We've all had like assorted holidays, like the whole of like the game night crew have been on and off over the last few weeks, and this is a team game, and we want to play it together, which is why we haven't really booted it up.
Exactly, but I still feel like, I mean, I had so much fun in that beta, and like the first initial push when it came out, it's going to be a great game. I know it's going to be a great game.
It's going nowhere. It's a fabulous shooter.
It's stuck there. Yeah, and carrying on with the shooters, it's got to be Doom, buddy.
Yo.
It's going in there. Like, the multiplayer has been fun, but mainly that campaign, man. Seriously, it's brought something new back, or something old back to life in a way. And yeah,
it's best campaign for years.
So good.
Amazing game.
Number 2, buddy. First person game. No shootings involved though, buddy. Firewatch. This was one of my most anticipated games of this year, and it did not let me down. Even though it's so short, it did everything perfectly for me, bar certain parts with the frame rates, but like you said, that has been fixed now.
It has, yeah.
Just a great storyline, and I wish that Soma would take a little bit of a, snippet out of this game, because, there's no combat or anything in it. I did, in Firewatch, the bit where you go to the girls that are in the lake, and they've got a boombox there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I carried that boombox all the way home. Put it in my thing.
I threw it in the lake.
I took it with me. I carried, like, the same song just played for like half an hour while I carried it. I mean, it's not a great idea, but what really pissed me off when it loaded into the next sequence? It was gone. Next day or whatever. Pissed.
Stitch up, mate.
Yeah, I know. And finally, number 1, buddy. You know what game it is. Uncharted 4. That game is just so good in every way. I mean, I can't say anything more about it. Like you said, we've done a full spoiler cast on it. We have not done that on any other game. This game is the best.
Yeah, once again, if you want to listen to that, it's about 8-9 episodes ago. It's on this feed. You'll be able to find it, no problem. But yes, interesting. 4 of our 5 were the same on this list. The only difference was you had The Witness and I had Dirt Rally. But our top 4 were the same, just in a slightly different order. So
I didn't plan that.
And whether that means that there have been some outstanding games out this year, or whether it means there haven't been many games to choose from, I don't know. It's one of the two. But feels like a very strong year so far, and we're only halfway through.
Yeah, definitely. We're only halfway in. We've got like the big contenders coming out now, like, you know, the yearly franchises and stuff like that. You know, maybe one of these are really going to pull it out of the water.
Then you got Titanfall 2 as well to come.
True.
There's lots of exciting things.
Watch Dogs 2.
Could do something.
Who knows, buddy? Anything can happen.
You got to keep playing that, though.
Yeah, Gibbons. What I found odd, though, like 4 out of my 5 top 5, obviously, because there wouldn't be more than 5. 4 of them are single players, and I'm like, I never get to play single players. Like, I barely ever play single players, but like, it's just weird. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I find that odd. Like, I don't like the majority of my gaming is spent in a co-op / multiplayer environment. I would have thought more of them in there, but like the Division was wank, so that's not going there.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Some of the big games we were looking forward to just didn't deliver. And,
true.
Had to look elsewhere. But no, it's a decent mix, and I'm sure certain games will be missing from that. We'll do our top 10s at the end of the year, and be interesting to see if all 5 of those are still in there. I think probably they will be, to be honest, but we shall see, buddy. Cool list, though. Obviously, I'm going to say that it's almost the same as mine. So.
Gibbons.
And now it's time for Many Moons Ago. Many Moons Ago!
When are we going, buddy?
I'll tell you when, buddy. We're going back to the 7th of August 2012, which saw the release on the PS3, I suppose, at that time, of Sound Shapes. Since came out on the Vita and the PS4. It's one of the very first games I played on my PS4. And yeah, this is a fantastic game. It's one of these games, I think I've mentioned this before, with these sort of smaller games and these indie-ish titles where it's got a purpose, it knows what it wants to do, and it does that expertly. And it's not trying to do a myriad of different things, and that is beneficial towards it. This is essentially a platformer, but it never really feels like one because of the interesting art style and how integral the music is to it. But yeah, it's just a fabulous game, a fabulous presentation, the way that all the levels are on records. You're a little blob, you got to get through a level, and every time you pick up a power-up, it adds another sample line to the music, and you're essentially sort of beatboxing and triggering samples through the levels as you go. I really enjoyed this. I played this all the way through. I think I've played it all the way through 5 or 6 times, actually, buddy, and
wow.
It's just very addictive. I'm terrible at the nightmare mode thing. I've never meant to.
Oh, that is just ridiculous.
Never been able to succeed.
That's unplayable. It can't be done.
How do you feel about Sound Shapes, buddy?
Well, we're both like musicians and like have been into music for God knows how long now. That'd be weird to say. Glad I did it. Yeah, like synchronization. Like, it's my best friend, buddy. I love timing. It's all to do with maths and things, and yeah, I don't know. There's something very satisfying about like when you do something and then like a new melody kicks in, or like a different drum pattern or something like that, and you're like, that's really cool. I like that. You know, The level editor kind of thing on this was pretty damn wicked cool as well, from what I remember, like being able to like program like your own like tunes in and stuff and how they develop. That it's like Music 2000 but in a game. Like it's not just a well, they're called DAWs, aren't they? Digital audio workstation. I don't know what you'd call it other than that now.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I've always known them as, so I can't think of a better way.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, isn't it? I'm like, what would like GarageBand? I don't know, like a GarageBand clone.
Yeah, kind of like that,
guess.
Definitely. Just they're like little music-y apps kind of thing.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Very cool. I love the controls. They were solid as fuck, I must say. The character movement or the blob movement, it wasn't like slidey or anything. Like the way it jumped felt really good. I know that's a really dumb thing to say, but it did.
No, it's crucial. That's the only mechanics in the game. It has to be good.
Exactly, and it did. It felt spot on. And the fact, what was it? You could like jump up the walls and stick onto it and stuff like that.
Yeah, you've got a boost button basically where you can run, like a run button. But if you're holding the run button, then you won't. If you're walking, then you stick to surfaces you're the same color as. But if you hold that run button, you don't stick to anything, but you go double the speed. So
yeah,
there's some really nice refined mechanics in here, and of course avoiding all red things as you go along as well. It's
red means danger, buddy.
Yeah,
no fact.
It's a fact. But yeah, I particularly enjoyed because the different sort of sets of levels are on vinyls that you can kind of go to different grooves to select each level. I love that as well, and all of the menus are fantastically put together. But those Beck levels were my favourites.
Very cool,
very addictive, and very memorable songs that got stuck in my head. And I was kind of hoping that they were from Beck albums, and I found out no, he actually wrote them for the game. So
once again, even cooler.
It was even cooler. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Synchronization though, buddy. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Like, you can play that game to the beat.
You can.
It's awesome.
It's very nuanced, because if you look at it from the surface of it, it doesn't look like there's very much going on at all when you load that up. But there's some great stuff there. The Deadmau5 levels are really interesting as well. It's a fantastic little platformer. You can pick it up so cheap now on any Sony platform, and plays well on console and on portable. So, yeah. Don't know what else to say, buddy. It's just a great little game, isn't it?
That's many moons ago, buddy. That's why we do this.
Indeed. It's really nice to reminisce. So, yeah, there you go. Keep an eye out for that in sales and stuff. It's the 7th of August 2012 when it was released, and it was called Sound Shapes.
And still is.
It is still called that. Yeah.
Magic.
Imagine that. Shit the bed. And now it's time for the JfG quiz.
Fucking time for the JfG Extreme Sports Quiz, buddy.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right.
Extreme.
Yeah, bruh. Let's do this. Yeah, so I picked out some extreme sports games. A couple of them might be about Tony Hawk's, as I was like, that's quite a big one. You know,
that's quite amusing, considering what it says we're playing on our YouTube live stream at the moment, buddy.
Yeah, that's the whole point, buddy. You know, we are playing Snowboard Kids because I thought about it earlier today, and I was like, Snowboard Kids, what a game! Yeah, Snowboard Kids, love that shit on the N64. Unfortunately, I haven't got a question about Snowboard Kids. I thought about it, but I didn't put it in there. I wanted to try and find out what the characters actually were, but I couldn't find out. Another game that I loved, Airborder 64. Big fan of that game. Couldn't find any information out whatsoever. And apparently didn't even come out in the States. I mean, they missed out on a treat right there.
What was the one with 1080 in the title on the PlayStation 1?
1080.
Was it just called 1080?
It was just called 1080.
Yeah, that was a cool game. I liked that.
It was. You had to spin the stick round and stuff, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes, very cool.
Nice.
But anyway, That's it, buddy. Extreme sports. You're in that frame of mind. Let's do this. Woo!
Yeah.
So the first question is, what is the first level on the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater? Is it Chicago, Warehouse, or Downhill Jam?
It's got to be Warehouse.
Come for Warehouse, buddy. And yes, it is. What a fucking iconic level that was. Dropping in. Oh, it's amazing.
Every little bit of that's a brilliant level. I love that shit.
That is their most reused level throughout the history of Tony Hawk's. It's been, I can't remember. I did see how many times, about 5 or 6 times it's been used in all the different Tony Hawk's games. Loads of fun. Question number 2. Now, which one of these is a classic PS1 snowboarding game? Is it Cool Boarders, Slope Riders, or Snow Surfers?
That's Cool Boarders, buddy.
Gibbons, buddy. Cool Boarders was a classic back then. I vaguely remember one of the levels, and that's about it on that game. I remember playing it a lot. I had a massive poster of Cool Boarders as well.
Yeah, I played the second one a lot, I seem to recall, but never owned any of them, but yeah.
Fair dues, buddy. Right, we're going back to Tony Hawk again. I told you there's going to be some Tony Hawk in here. This is about Tony Hawk Pro Skater number 2, or DOS, as it would be. There are 3 secret characters in this game. One of them, Officer Dick. The second one, Private Carrera. Who was the third, buddy? Was it Spider-Man? Was it Batman? Or was it Superman? You gotta think, who developed these games?
Now, I never had this game.
You missed out. I skipped school to go and buy this game.
I had the second one. The second one was where I fell in love with Tony Hawk's.
This is the second one, buddy.
You what?
This is the second one. I'm talking about Pro Skater 2.
Okay.
So we're good.
We are good. I had a moment. My bad.
Did you not understand DOS, buddy?
I did. I just had I think I just had an aneurysm. Anyway.
I thought it was 3 that you played the most on your PC, wasn't it?
No, it was 2 that I played the most. Yeah. And 4.
Yeah, so who was publishing it, or who was making it at the time?
It's Spider-Man.
Going for Spider-Man, are you?
Yeah.
Why is that? Is it because, Activision were making Spider-Man games at the time?
Yeah, that is why.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Never saw him in it, though.
Yeah, he was in there, buddy. He did all weird stuff with his, whatever it is. Web shit. Yeah.
I loved that game. I loved the school level. That was cool.
It was very good, buddy. Very, very good.
What a
Great
soundtrack
games.
as well.
Gibbons, babe.
Shit the bed.
All of them were. Okay, so in the classic extreme sports game Ski Free, what is the name of the monster that chases you after you have finished your race? I'm guessing you've played Ski Free, the 1991 classic.
What system was it on?
Windows. Ski Free, like the fucking... You must have played Ski Free.
I promise you I haven't.
Google it right now.
I didn't have a PC till 1996.
God. How have you not played Ski Free? I will disown you as a friend.
What's this shit?
You've never played Ski... Oh, what? I'm literally
I've never seen this in my life.
How have you never seen Ski Free?
Because I didn't have a PC for 6 more years after it came out. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Never seen it, never heard of it.
It's like... I thought it was just a thing that everyone knew.
It's going to be interesting to find out who's right about this. Is this really obscure and you just thought it was massive, or am I just completely missing an obvious thing?
Well, it was how fucking Buddy Holly was in Windows 95 or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like that kind of thing. It was just in there.
What, for 3.1 or?
I think it was 3.1.
Yeah, no, I never had 3.1.
Well, anyway, you can guess.
I will. I'll have to.
Is his name the abominable snow monster? Is it Snowzilla or is it Robo Yeti?
Snowzilla.
Gone for Snowzilla. Unfortunately, it was the simple abominable snow monster. Had to happen at one point. You were nearly there for the whole shebang there, buddy. Sorry about the ski free. I just thought everyone knew it.
No, I'm afraid not,
Crazy.
buddy.
Oh well. You can pick up some extra points here, buddy. Name as many skateboarding game franchises as you can.
Tony Hawk's.
Yep.
MTV Skateboarding.
Yeah, I knew you'd get that one.
Skate.
Skate, yeah.
Thrasher Skate and Destroy.
Nice.
Ollie Ollie.
Nice.
I might be spent. Give me a sec.
So we've got Ollie Ollie, MTV Skateboarding, Thrasher Skate and Destroy, Tony Hawk Skate. I've got a lot more. Obviously,
I'm sure.
I've Googled this, but I got a lot. I think I had about like 10 in my head. But if you're done, buddy, that's cool. We can call it there.
Yeah, I'm going to kick myself. There'll be a few that I remember, but actual skateboarding games.
Well, I tell you what, you got the main ones, and I didn't even think of Ollie Ollie, to be honest. So fucking well played. I forgot about that. So yeah, we've got a classic from the PlayStation era, which was Street Skater. I played that a hell of a lot. And what was good about that, you could put the disc in your CD and it would play the soundtrack.
Nice,
which was mental. Never seen any other game do that. We got Shaun White Skateboarding, buddy.
No, I had snowboarding, but I didn't know he did a skateboarding game.
I know he did skateboarding, yeah. Grind Sessions, which was like, I think it was a PS1 game. 720 was like an 80s arcade game made by Atari. We got Disney's Sport Skateboarding. There was like loads of them, apparently. I did not know. We got Skate or Die. We've got ESPN X Games Skateboarding. We've got The Simpsons Skateboarding. We got Top Skater, which was that arcade one, which was the skateboard. We've got Evolution Skateboarding. And finally, we've got Skate Park Tycoon.
Skate or Die was the only one that I actually was aware of that I didn't get there, so I'm happy with that. But
well played, buddy. So you got an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that brings you to 8 out of 5, buddy. Yeah.
Yo!
He's a winner.
Nice, buddy. Nice quiz. And holy shit, it just makes you want some fucking
I know,
X
right?
Games on.
I was looking at fucking whatever Tony Hawk's it is out on the PS4 because it's in the sale for like £12. I was like, oh no.
No, it's not worth it. Are you excited about that Ubi one, the snowy one?
What's it? Oh, I forgot what the name of it is. Like Peaks or something. I can't remember. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be... It looks like more of an experience than like a game in a way.
Steep.
It's just like... That's the one. I knew it was one word.
Yeah. It looked a little bit jack of all trades, master of none, didn't it? Especially with like the
which is a worry.
Wingsuit stuff. That all looked kind of gimmicky rather than...
Yeah, totally. It's like, yeah.
Not very focused, but, you know, could be good.
Who knows? It could be good. I mean, there was that Kickstarter one. I don't know if I spoke about it. It must have been like a good year ago. There was some guy making like an inline skating game. Now, I can only really remember like 2. There was like Jet Set Radio, which was like the cartoony one. But then there was... I can't remember his name, some French skater, but there was like it was something aggressive inline skater, I think it was called. But they're the only like inline skating games that I ever really remember. And yeah, this was a Kickstarter that I saw ages ago, and he was trying to get it on the PS4. I didn't know if he got it in the end, but that would have been cool. It looked good, but it looked decent enough to play. Yeah, really, really want some fucking like a decent extreme sports game.
Yeah, just some sort of SSX reboot or something would be lovely.
Yeah, or like, you know, I was looking for like stuff about like Dave Mirra, BMXing and stuff. That game is awesome.
He's dead.
The day, like, well, yeah, I know he's dead. Like the game though, buddy. But like, I was looking for a question for it, you know. But
I thought you were saying. I was wondering if Dave Mirra was going to bring out another one. I'm like, no, buddy.
No. When I was like looking for stuff for the quiz, and like, I was just like, there was like an era where like extreme sports games were just fucking so good.
Yeah, man. The first game I played on
man.
360 was Amped. Like
Exactly. Good snowboarding.
You had the
game.
first Amped on the original Xbox. That was a great game.
Yeah. Yeah, was it like Amp 3, wasn't it?
Amped 3 on the 360, yeah. That's cool. Oh well.
Has it gone? Has it gone, buddy?
Can't go back.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can.
Fuck that. Anyway, job done.
Nice
Next.
quiz, buddy. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, buddy.
And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with Funk. Fuckwit Corner with Funk. He's got some questions. Funk.
So you got some questions, buddy.
Got some bits and bobs for us here, buddy. He's been kind enough to provide us with some content for our podcast, and we thank him for that.
Love that.
Let's get the ball rolling with this. Funk says, good shout on the mobile games, buddy. I am playing the poop out of Football Manager on my phone at the moment. It's £6, but by doing the Google surveys, I had it for free.
Nice.
It's got a neat little thing where it tracks the hours you've played and gives you a pence per hour value anytime you want to check. Mine is at 35 pence per hour. What a cool little idea to show you what value you get from a game.
That is good.
That is cool, isn't it? I like that. I like that a lot.
I feel like it could ruin a game, though.
Well, make you play it more or less?
No.
Or...
I'd just be angry at the game. Like, say, like Firewatch, that would be like £3 or £4 an hour. That's not good value. But then I'd be like, hey, whoa. That game's in my top 5 this year so far.
Yeah,
So is that good value?
I kind of feel
Crazy.
the opposite. I feel like it would highlight the value that I'm getting when I don't even realise. Like I tend to wring the value out of most games, and yeah, I mean, if you compare it to like the price of a cinema ticket or a Blu-ray or something, like
Yeah, true. When you compare it to things like that, then yes. Yeah, totally correct.
it's only when you
Cinema
compare
is-
games
is a
to other
big word.
games that they can feel like they're undervalued in some way or too expensive.
But surely that's the best way to do that, is compare them to other games, because that's the same media.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think we're
Or
within
at least
our rights
something
of
like
doing
within
so.
the same like sub-genre or genre or whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
We're going too deep right now.
Balls deep.
We're in trouble.
So Funk also says, I started playing through Sniper Elite again the other night. It's a massively underrated game, in my opinion, and probably dirt cheap right now. It's got campaign co-op, completely customizable private online lobbies, and it's packed full of sneak mechanics like setting fires, throwing rocks, setting booby traps, booby, and satisfying shooty. Fucking good game, people should give it a burn. Well, he certainly sold it. Like, it makes me want to buy it right now, if I'm honest.
Yeah. I'm currently trying to find out how much it is. But, you know, the PlayStation Store's a pile of wank, buddy. And you will have to hold off.
I can do that. I'll race you. I've got the store loading as well, buddy.
$11.99.
That is pretty cheap.
And we save an extra 10% if we're PS Plus, because I'm not signed in. So, £9 something, maybe 99.
Well, maybe we should just buy that and play it.
Co-op campaign, yeah, I guess so. Well, he says he's got full multiplayer. I mean, shooting people's fun.
It certainly
Not
is.
in real life. Actually, I wouldn't know. Maybe it is.
Well, looks like we've got a lot to ponder there, buddy.
Not really, we'll just buy it.
Okay. Well, yeah. I suppose we might talk about that next week. But thanks very much for your bits and bobs, Funk. We love your bits and bobs. Look at them.
Ooh, shiny.
Every week we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the JfG Podcast at gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JfG Street Beat.
You got a question we want to know. Street Beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up and be on the show. Beat. The JfG Street Beat.
What's the word on the street beat, buddy?
Got a couple of bits from PJ. The P Jizzle.
The PJ Zizzles.
P Dizzle. Pajazzle.
PJJ.
Pajajajaj.
No.
I don't know what's going on with me, but since the quiz, I've been struggling a little.
He's all right.
It's okay.
We'll let you off this time, buddy. I mean, you had a busy week last week. You had to do the whole thing pretty much on your own. It's probably taking its toll.
I think so, buddy. I'm a shadow of a man now. Anyway, first from PJ. PJ says, in recent times, what is the longest you've gone without gaming? I last played PS4 on the 8th of July, so I'm itching to get stuck in. I've only played Magic since then, which was tons of fun. That's Magic on, phone and tablet, the Magic the Gathering follow-up, the 2016 version or whatever.
Yep.
8th of July, man.
Fuck that. That's loco.
I mean, yeah, that's like a month. That's like a month without playing any PS4.
I went to Dubai for 2 weeks. That's probably the longest I haven't played, like, on a console.
Yeah, I haven't been on a holiday that's been more than like 5 or 6 days for like 8 years. So it's been such a long time. I haven't been away for like a fortnight anywhere for a very long time.
Yeah, totally.
I do get withdrawals. I absolutely do. Like when I go away, even for like 4 or 5 days, I'm like kind of itching to play some Evo. So, but yeah, a month. Fuck me, man. Crazy talk.
I mean, I was happily surviving with the tablet and Vita on my 5-day vacation just now. But I was ready to get back, and I was missing South Park. And like when I loaded South Park up, I was like, "Fuck, what was I doing in this game?" And I'd forgotten so much about it, and I was so I don't know. I was kind of like pissed off the fact that I was in such a groove with it, and now I've kind of got to start again, which is a bit of a ball ache. And I don't think it's going to put me off playing that game because it's great. And we had JJ saying that this is a game you need to finish, kind of thing. Because I did that. Like, how he said it's not a game that you want to do like half of it and then stop because you'll miss out on so much. That's what I did the first time on the PC. I played half of it and then was like, never went back. Ugh. It's great. I love that game.
Yeah, I need to finish it off. I think I'm about 3 or 4 hours from the end. I need to go back.
Yeah. We'll get it done, buddy.
We will. I'm going away the weekend, actually. So, next weekend, but this weekend, if you're listening to this podcast. It's difficult. It's tricky.
Time is confusing, buddy.
I think my favourite thing is if you're away and there's games there. Like when I went to Latvia, there was a booth there with a load of Vive controllers and stuff. And
cool.
When we went to Budapest in 2008, was it? And we played a load of Rock Band in the EA tent.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And we had our epic game of FIFA, buddy.
Oh, yes. Memorable. The people of Hungary will never forget that day, buddy.
We kept that tent open for an extra 10 minutes because the bouncers were like, let them finish.
Yeah, the staff
This
were trying to
game
boot
is-
us out, and the bouncers were like, leave them be. They're going into extra time.
Yeah. It was ace.
We had like a crowd of 50 people watching our FIFA game. It was amazing.
Yep. And I went one up, and then I was like, I know I'm going to concede. And I fucking did. You cunt.
Van Persie, mate. Will happen.
What a shitbag. Shitbag, mate. I always buckle under the pressure. Can't hack it.
Tricky. Finally, this week, from PJ as well, he says, we play a ton of car racing games, but not motorbikes. Have you ever played one you like, excluding Gotham or Drive Club? I have fond memories of Road Rash, but I've never liked The Sims.
I'm struggling here.
I think the last bike
Think of
game
a
I
game.
liked was Road Rash 2 on the Mega Drive, genuinely.
Like, Excite Bike? I mean, you can't really count Trials in this because it's not a racing game.
No, it doesn't count.
Which is a shame. I love Trials. Like the motocross ones, but I never really got into them.
Oh, there was a game from Microsoft on the PC years ago that was a motocross game. Was it Motocross Madness?
No idea.
Is that a game?
Possibly.
Hang on.
Yes.
Googling. Yeah, that was a series of games. There was a 1, 2, and 3 Motocross Madness. They were really cool. They were really early doors version of sandbox racing. So you had your little dirt bike and there were massive arenas that you could go into, and they had all different hills and valleys and all sorts. Those games were cool, but we are talking like, I think Motocross Madness 2 would have been like 2000 or something. So yeah. No, I've never been into motorbike games, but I don't like watching motorbike racing either. There's something about the thinness of them and the whole leaning and everything that isn't as exciting.
Yeah, the fact that you can just fall off really easily on The Sims and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I haven't got the skill or the know-how on how to race a bike. I understand a car.
It's kind of
Motorbike.
intrinsic, like liking the sport that I'm playing is very important, and I like motorsport. I like the battles and trying to get your giant heap of metal past the other heap of metal. And I've never been into motorbikes, and so I probably wouldn't get into motorbike games. But I think certainly in the last 10 years, there haven't been any good ones anyway. I used to love the arcade ones where you sat on the bike. That was for novelty value.
Yeah, Gibbons, buddy.
But yeah, I mean, the sort of the
I think you
Milestone
nailed
and
it.
Big Ben games that have been coming out recently haven't done the sport justice anyway, have they?
No, I think you nailed it with the fact that, liking the sport is a big deal because, I'll play Madden because I like watching NFL. I'll play NHL because I think ice hockey's cool, I'll play baseball games because I like watching baseball. I won't play NBA games because I don't get anything out of NBA. I don't enjoy watching that sport, so that's why I never buy them or play them, apart from NBA Street, which was amazing. So yeah, I think that's really what it comes down to. I'll watch motor racing, but I don't really watch any bike racing. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think that's it. The motorbikes in Gotham were really fun, but it was kind of the novelty of the fact that you could race with cars and bikes that made that really good, I think, rather than
Yeah, definitely.
the actual bike physics themselves. Although there was some funny shit in there, like all the gimmicky stuff, like the jet-propelled motorbike on Gotham was really cool.
That was ridiculous, that thing.
The Drive Club one, I haven't played Drive Club bikes. It'd need to go down to £1 or something, and then I'd probably snap it
Yeah,
up.
definitely.
But,
You can't be any more than that. That's ridiculous.
I did love Road Rash, though, buddy. Did you play that back in the day?
Yeah, I think I borrowed one of my mates' Mega Drives at the time and played quite a fair bit of it, to be honest, back in the day. But I lent in my bloody SNES and he deleted my Super Mario World save, so that guy's a cunt.
Shit the bed.
Yeah, was not happy.
Did you ever play Super Hang-On?
Maybe it's not ringing any bells, so I'm going to go for no.
I think I had a version of that on the Master System in 1990, Something like
Yeah.
that.
Nice.
In conclusion, no.
Gibbons, buddy.
But thank you very much for your questions, PJ. And cheers to Funk as well. So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 71 of the JfG podcast. Holy shit. Flying through them we are.
Racking them up, buddy.
What are we going to play now or buy or whatever?
Snowboard kids.
I just wanted... I want to go and look up that baseball game. Is it RBI
Snowboard
Baseball?
Kids. RBI, yes, on sale at the moment. JJ's got it. We should ask him. See if it's any good.
I fancy some baseball. You just mentioned baseball. I'm like, gonna have to play.
I think it's only like 12 quid at the moment. I mean, it's a toss up between that and fucking Sniper Elite 3 now. Both £12 or something, £10 games.
Well, I guess we're about to find out what's going to happen there then, buddy.
True.
I just don't know, but I want to buy something and play it, right? Meow.
Right, meow.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
Good
That's
shit.
cool.
Well,
But yeah, I've enjoyed streaming Snowboard Kids. This game. I mean, who knows what we'll pick next week for our game that we'll stream.
and who knows whether I'll continue to research out this week or start making up synopses of the games.
It's so true.
Who knows,
Who
buddy?
knows?
Or maybe a mixture.
Anything is
That'd be
possible.
something.
Ooh,
Yeah.
shenanigans.
Could happen.
Cool.
Worth noting to anyone who tunes into our live streams, there's a whole fucking, wealth of you. We will be recording on Tuesday next week rather than Wednesday because I am away from Wednesday evening. I'm going to Stockholm, buddies, and I'll have lots to talk about when I come back, I'm sure, about the Swedish people and their wonderful city.
Cool. I can't wait to hear about it. And I can't wait for the quiz, buddy. I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm doing it. It's going to be good.
Is it all about Stockholm Syndrome?
Yep.
Cool.
I'll have
I
to
know all
do
about that.
double quiz week for me. I'll do next week's one and the one when I come back. But yeah,
Sweet. Can't wait.
love it.
I thought, no, can't we do like a quiz about Stockholm before you go?
Could do. Maybe I'll learn something before I go there, buddy. Maybe we could do a languages one. I could learn some phrases. That could be cool.
Sure. We could do that.
Well, as long as we've got a plan, buddy. That's the important thing. Beautiful.
Definitely.
Cool. Well, thank you very much to everyone who has listened to this, and you can find us at www.justforgamers.co.uk.
Nailed it. Fuck me, buddy. You're amazing.
Out of nowhere. You can also find us on Facebook, Facebook.com/the JfG Podcast. Our Twitter handle is also the JfG Podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud, SoundCloud/JustForGamers. We are on YouTube. Search the JfG Podcast on YouTube. You'll find us there. That's where we stream this live on Wednesdays, Tuesday next week, though. And we are on Stitcher and we are on PlayStation. Find us on PlayStation 4 by searching the JfG Podcast in communities, and we will appear there. And we're also, as well as all of those other places, we are also on Google Plus, if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. Have a cracking week. We will catch you next time. I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You've been listening to the JfG Podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook.com/the JfG Podcast, or Twitter, where we are at the JfG Podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.